Actions create new perceptions, which in turn drive new actions, which feedback and alter perception. This is known as the perception-action cycle, and it is the fundamental basis of how all brains work. It's why we need brains in order to survive. In most animals, this perception-action cycle is largely a reflex that goes on and on. The human brain, what makes it most unique, and this is a really important point, is that with the evolution of the human brain, a pause was inserted between perception and action where goals take place. Goals allow us to control, to some degree, how we act. They have two main aspects of goals. You have to both set goals and then enact goals. And there's a whole set of cognitive abilities known as executive functions that help you set goals. You have to evaluate, make decisions, organize, and plan. But then that's not enough. You have to enact them. Goal enactment occurs through a set of abilities called cognitive control, which exist in three domains: attention, working memory, and goal management. I want to break these down because this is the key to the distracted mind, cognitive control. The first is attention. Attention allows you to direct your limited mental resources where and when you want them in space and time. So you could direct, because you can take in all the information around you. Working memory is not long-term memory. It doesn't mean you're going to remember it months later. It's just holding that information in mind for very brief periods of time to move from one event to the other. And goal management is when you have more than one goal that you're trying to enact, which we often do. So when you task switch, when you try to multitask, that's goal management. Now, as impressive as these abilities are, they have very fundamental limitations. Interestingly enough, these limitations are not very different from other animals. So attention, although we could direct our attention, we can't distribute it broadly, right? We shoot it like an arrow, but we can't throw it like a net out into the sea. We have to make choices, and so we have limitations. We can't take in everything around us at the same time. Working memory, we can only hold a limited capacity of information in our minds at any time. And also the fidelity of how we represent information is less when it's in our minds than we're actually perceiving it. Goal management, both multitasking and task switching are limited. We degrade information when we move between multiple streams, and I'm going to come back to that. So we have these fundamental limitations, but I would say our goal-setting abilities are the highest level. I say that they are the pinnacle of the human brain. We set long, complex, delayed, interwoven goals. You could have goals over a decade that combine with other people's goals and multiple goals of your own. This is something that humans do that other animals do not do at all. But what happens is our very high-level goal-setting abilities then collide with these limitations. And this creates what we call interference. This is the core of the distracted mind. It's a conflict between what you want to do and what you're actually capable of doing.